Would you please rise as our graduates enter? Would you please rise as we prepare for our national anthem? The flag is to my right. You may have your seats at this time. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the 2026 graduating class of South Central Michigan Virtual. Come on, that's a good place to clap there. To the Jackson Public School Board of Education, to Superintendent Patterson, our district administration, all of our distinguished guests this afternoon, our amazing faculty and staff, and to each and every one of you, all the families that fill this room with love today, and certainly to the graduating class of 2026 of South Central Virtual. Welcome to this moment. My name is Fred Parker. I am the principal, the proud principal of South Central Michigan Virtual, and I get the honor to serve all of these great and amazing young people every single day. And I'm telling you, as I stand here today, my heart is filled with so much joy seeing them in their caps and their gowns. Well, that was a good place to clap too, that's fine. The students in front of you this afternoon are not just ordinary graduates, and they never were. Because every one of them, they chose a path or went down a different path that some of them, life brought them that way. It was a path, though, that required them to be self-starters, problem solvers, and authors of their own education. Some of you logged in from your kitchen tables. Some of you came to SCMV from a traditional school that because it didn't fit you. And some of you just carried the weight of life and health and family, where many people, maybe even in this room, might not understand, but yet, in spite of all of that, here you are. Your cap and gown, your diploma is now in reach, and you have a future that is wide open. This is not luck. This is not chance. No, this is the result of your grit, your hard work, your dedication, and all these amazing grown-ups in your corner that refuse to give up on you. Before we go any further, I do want to take this moment now to pause and recognize and thank our school board, our superintendent, our administration, for their just unwavering belief that every child in our district deserves a pathway to a diploma, even when the pathway looks different. Different from when many people may walk this path. This path was made available for you, and we want to thank them for that. To the SCMV staff and faculty, you are amazing. Each of you met our students where they were. You showed up when the days it was hard. You celebrated the small wins that ultimately led to the big wins. I submit you taught more than content. You taught these young people that they matter, that they are capable of more than what they ever could possibly think. And without you, we could not have done this. Could you help me clap for my staff and faculty? To our parents and grandparents, guardians, aunts, uncles, mentors, family, friends, you trusted your most precious people in the world to us. And your faith, it carried these young people, maybe even when their faith was running thin. Your sacrifices are a part of their diploma. We see you, we honor you, and today is also your day. And now, to the class of 2026, you took the road less traveled. You earned this, every single one of you. So this afternoon, hold your heads up high. Make sure you take in the moment. Look around, smile, celebrate your classmates. Take a breath and take it all in, because this is your moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this ceremony on the road. It is now my privilege to invite to the lectern our leader, whose commitment to every child in Jackson Public Schools is unwavering, including every student at South Central Michigan Virtual. He's one of the reasons we're here to celebrate tonight. He's helped to champion the belief that great education like your children have received is not a one-size-fit-all, and that our district, that we have to find a place for every learner who walks through our doors and who logs on from home. Would you please help me welcome to the stage our Superintendent of Jackson Public Schools, Mr. Jeremy Patterson.
Greetings. Our Jackson Public Schools administration, our teachers, educators, families, and friends for making your presence a priority as we honor these outstanding graduates. Your encouragement, support, and belief in our students help make this moment possible. To the class of 2026, you understood the assignment. You challenged yourself to be the very best you could be, to finish the task at hand, and to prepare yourselves to make a positive difference in our community and in the world. Today, we celebrate not only your earned diploma, but we also celebrate your determination and your journey. One of the things that separates Jackson Public Schools from others, and one of the reasons I am so passionate about this district, is that we have heart. We rise up, we persevere, we are scholars, we are individuals with unique gifts and talents. But most importantly, we have a spirit that keeps us moving forward no matter what life throws our way. Our stick-with-itness pushes us to dig deep into the core of who we are, and in the end, we become stronger and better because we gave our very best effort. This is how I'll remember the South Central Michigan Virtual Class of 2026, my first graduating class as superintendent of Jackson Public Schools. As you move forward in life, I want you to remember this message. You are enough. You matter, and you are amazing. Begin every new day and every new opportunity with self-affirmation. Tell yourself that you can and you will do great things. Believe that you can and you will be successful. Trust that you can accomplish any goal that you set for yourself. Bet on yourself, because more often than not, you will win. There's a powerful concept called self-efficacy, which means believing in your own ability to succeed in a specific situation. Whenever you're faced with challenges in the future, and you will, remember this journey at South Central Michigan Virtual. Remember how you overcame obstacles, stayed committed, and walked across this stage earning your high school diploma. Carry that same energy, confidence, and determination into whatever comes next in your life. And find the people that are willing to extend a helping hand. We all need someone through this journey, just like our trusted staff at SCMV. Plans may change along the way, but never stop believing in yourself. When you continue to believe, great things will happen. Graduates, class of 2026, thank you for inspiring us with your perseverance and your spirit. Congratulations on a job well done, and best wishes as you go out into the world and make a difference in your own life and in the lives of others. Please remember that you're always welcome back at Jackson Public Schools. You will forever be a valued part of our school and community, and we look forward to continuing to support challenges. You will have challenges. I didn't practice turning pages, not only as graduates, but as lifelong learners and future leaders. Congratulations, class of 2026, and best wishes in all that you do. Thank you.
right, let's give it up one more time. Thank you for that speech, Mr. Patterson. Every year, we set aside time, we make it important in our ceremony to do something special. We hand the microphone to students that we have selected. We put out the call, and we ask students who want to speak for their class, who wants to tell their story, who's willing to step up to this podium in front of all of you and share what this journey has meant. As you know, the truth is, lining up to do this, the line wasn't extremely long, but there are some that stepped up to the plate. Because let's be honest, public speaking is just one of the most common fears that people have. And so I've learned over the years in doing this that everybody gets a little nervous when they're speaking in public because we want to do well, right? And that's natural. And we care about the people in front of us. And we want to bring our very best. So this afternoon, we've selected 3 seniors that have answered the call. They wrestled and got their words together. They've drafted and revised and practiced, and we practiced some more yesterday. And they've worked it all out to bring their full selves and their full intellect and their full hearts to this podium. So audience, I'm gonna ask you for something is when each of these young people step up to speak, give them your full attention, lean in, smile back, and when they finish, let them hear from you. Because they've earned every clap, every cheer, and every word of encouragement. With that being said, I want you to help welcome to the stage our first student speaker, Jay Carroll. Jay, come on down.
Good afternoon, everyone, and a special congratulations to the graduating class of 2026. It's truly hard to believe this day has actually arrived. It feels like just yesterday I was a sophomore at Jackson High, really struggling, wanting to give up, sometimes skipping school, and often showing up late when I did make it. School was never simple for me. I found it tough to grasp lessons like others seem to, and I dealt with being bullied for failing classes that others found easy. I was hesitant to ask for help because I was often told I just wasn't paying attention or that I needed to focus better, when in reality, I just couldn't understand what was being taught. During that difficult time, Miss Raymond, Jackson High's 10th grade counselor at the time, went above and beyond to help me. She tried to get approval to guide me into pathways as I was just a 10th grader just to keep me physically in school. I felt too overwhelmed and disconnected to stay. Shortly after, she helped me transfer to SCMV, which made a huge difference. The lighter load of having one class at a time and the individualized support really helped me more than I could have imagined. However, my family then faced instability. It wasn't the first time, but it was the first time we didn't have another place to move in together. This meant I had to worry more about where I'd be staying rather than focusing on schoolwork. This struggle caused me to fall behind during that tough time back in November. This put me behind in schoolwork during the whole eviction process while I was dealing with packing, moving, and finding a place to stay. My friends, who are also like family to me, stepped in and took me in when I had nowhere else to stay after we had to move out. My therapist at the time helped me tremendously and reached out to SCMV to get the support I needed to make sure I stayed on track. Regardless of the issues I ran into with falling behind due to the housing situation, Mr. Brandon, SCMV's counselor, worked with my therapist and me to keep me at the pace I needed to be at to get to where I am today, here and graduating. So if it wasn't for my support system throughout these past 3 years of high school, with these terrible times where I felt like I was in a deep hole I wouldn't make it out of. I truly wouldn't have been here at all. So thank you to every single person throughout these 3 years who did everything in their power to help me and be the support I continue to need to get here today. Thank you for continuing to help me, even when I felt there wouldn't have ever been help for someone like me. I share this not for any kind of sympathy, but to share that even when life feels like a dark, never-ending tunnel, there's always a light at the end. No matter the obstacles, you absolutely can and will find your way through to that light. It's important to remember that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. There will always be people willing to lend a hand, and you don't have to feel like your struggles make your requests for help feel useless. Your own journey stands as proof to the fact that resilience coupled with the right support can pave the path to success, even when it seems believably impossible. I have hope that the future holds great promise for us all as class of 2026. Thank you.
One more time for Jay Carroll. Great job, Jay. Now our next student speaker that will come to the stage will be Lila Van Dusen. Come on, let's give her a big hand clap as she prepares to come at this time.
Hi everyone. Standing up here is definitely not something I pictured myself doing, but honestly, a lot of things about high school didn't go the way I originally pictured them. One of the biggest was joining SCMV and realizing I'd basically be running my own education from a Chromebook. I've been in SCMV for 2-3 years, and during that time, I took extra classes in 10th and 11th grade, which helped me finish all my senior work by February. It still feels kind of unreal, but it taught me something important. When you're the one responsible for keeping yourself on track, you learn what you're actually capable of. SCMV didn't just teach us school subjects, it taught us real responsibility. We had to manage our own time, stay motivated, and keep going when it could have been easier to just not. That's something a lot of students don't learn this early, and it's something we should be proud of. As we move on to whatever's next, college, work, flight school, or anything else, remember that we've already proven we can handle big responsibilities. We've already shown we can stay committed even when no one's watching. Congratulations, class of 2026. We did it.
Come on, one more time for Lila Van Dusen. Awesome job, Lila. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, we'll bring our final student speaker to represent the class of 2026 at South Central Michigan Virtual, Ms. Kylie Padgett. Come on, give her a hand clap as she comes up.
When I look at where I am today, I can't help but think how different I was 4 years ago. I struggled in the beginning of high school. I was at a school I had gone to my whole life, but I began dealing with a lot of anxiety and ended up having to go virtual. I unfortunately did not use the opportunity the right way. I didn't keep up with my work, I lost motivation. By the end of the year, I had fallen behind. The following year, I had a decision to make. I could stay in the same place or I could do something different. I switched schools. And this time, I came back motivated. I was ready. I knew I had fallen behind, but I didn't want that to be my whole story. I worked hard, and it paid off. Today, I am standing here, graduating on time, something that once felt so far out of reach. And I know I'm not the only one here with a story like that. Everyone here today has faced something, had something not go to plan, felt like they should give up. But what matters is not where you stumbled and made mistakes, but that you continue to move forward. You can fall behind and still catch up. You can lose your way and find it again. You can doubt yourself and still come back stronger. Over the past 4 years, we've all faced challenges many people may not have seen. There are moments where things felt uncertain, overwhelming, or just difficult, but step by step, you keep going. And now we're here, sitting together as graduates after everything it took to reach this moment. So I hope we leave today remembering that our setbacks do not define us. The moments where we struggled are not the end of our story. What defines us is that we kept trying, kept learning, and kept moving forward even when it wasn't easy. No matter where life takes us, there will probably be moments where we feel lost again. So whether you feel ready or not, don't ever count yourself out. You are more capable than you think. Today isn't just about celebrating the end of high school, it's about celebrating how much it took to get here and everything that is still to come.
Come on, give it up one more time for Miss Kaylee Paget. Great job. It takes a lot of courage to get up in front of all of you, and they did a fantastic job. So proud of each and every one of them. At this point, we're going to ask it is our time to go into the formal acceptance of the class of 2026, kind of a tradition we have in our ceremony, asking our superintendent, the Board of Education, and our district administration, on behalf of the staff and faculty here at SCMV, South Central Michigan and Virtual, that we have now worked with all of our students to meet the academic requirements for the state of Michigan, and we want you now to accept our students as candidates for graduation, and we are proud that we're at this moment. I have a charge for each of you, graduates. Graduates, would you stand quickly? Take a look around you. I want you to look at all these faces on every side. These are the people who walk this road with you. Some of them that are next to you, some of them you only saw on Google Meet. Some of you became close friends. Some of you just met yesterday. But these great individuals sitting next to you, you all are now connected forever now because you finished this thing together. Come on, let's give it up for our graduates. You may be seated, graduates. So graduates, I have a charge for you. Not advice, but a charge. Something I want to help send you into the world with. When you chose, or when life chose you to take the path of South Central Michigan Virtual, you took the road that doesn't always lead to maybe all the fanfare, because you did school differently. You learned to manage your own time. You learned to ask for help when you got stuck. You learned to keep going when no one was watching. You learned that education is not handed to you. It is built day by day, decision by decision. And that is rare, and that is also powerful. And there's a world out there waiting for hungry people just like you all to do exactly what you did here. So here's your charge. A few things I want to leave with you. First, remember how you got here. You didn't stumble across this stage, you climbed to it. I know there were late nights. When we go and look at the progress, we see some of you working really late at night. There were classes that maybe you had to take more than once. There were people in your circle, in your world, that maybe doubted you. And there were probably days that you doubted yourself. So do not forget to climb. When the next mountain in your life shows up, and trust me, it will. Remember this, each of you are individuals who finishes the climb. Here's my next charge to you. Don't let anyone shrink your dreams. There will be voices that tell you to play it safe, tell you to stay small, want you to be less because you've already overcome more than your fair share. Don't listen to those voices. You did not work this hard for a small life. So dream big, dream loud, aim high. Apply for the thing when it comes up. Send the email when the opportunity comes. Take the jump, take the leap. The world has room for what you're about to bring to it. Here's my next charge, is fail forward. You're going to mess up. I'm going to mess up. We're all going to mess up at some point. But failure is not the opposite of success. I submit that failure is the tuition we pay for it. Because when you fall, and you will at some point, get up, dust yourself off, adjust, try again. Because the people who change the world aren't the ones who refuse to be defined by the day they fail. Next, carry your people with you. As you look around, there are people that poured into your life. Maybe it was a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a coach, a friend, a counselor. They believed in you, when truthfully believing in you wasn't probably always easy. Be sure you honor them. Honor them by becoming the kind of adult that they can be proud of, and by becoming the one that one day you'll be that person for somebody else. And finally, and this might be the most important one, stay authentically you. The world, it will try to tell you who to be. Social media will try to tell you who to be. It will try to put you in a box. Don't let it. Because you bring something so unique that no one else in history can bring. You bring your perspective, you bring your voice, you bring your story, you bring your gifts. Don't let that other people water that down and make you feel uncomfortable for it. Be fully, unapologetically, exactly who you are. Class of 2026, yes. You are ready. You are equipped. You are loved. And I'm here to tell you the world is waiting on all the gifts that you have to give it. So now is your time to go. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, we'll proceed and prepare for our presentation of diplomas to the graduates of South Central Michigan Virtual. Graduates, would you please rise at this time? As you prepare to walk, remember you've earned it. Take it slowly, slowly enough to remember every step. Smile as you're walking across here. Somebody's definitely taking a picture when you walk around. So graduates, at this time, let's go ahead and make our way around. Would you give it up for our graduates as they walk around this way?
Colin Dylan Nichols. Ashlyn Nicole French. Tori Jane Fuller. Madison Marie Kelly. Cole Michael Fisher. Kaylee Bernice Paget. Ariana Nelissa Dosher. Kiera Nicole Everman. Stacy Lynn Rupert. Jaden Lynn Moss. Mars Lynn Sawyer. Tyrese Rayleon Stockard. Emma Rose Reamer. Caden Michael Warnsley. Caitlin Lachey Williams. Savannah Lynn Bryant. Alexander Hunter Henry Jennings. Mamadou Kamara. Jada Savannah Harvey. Gabriel Aaron Allen.
You did a great job.
Lila Jean Van Dusen. Caleb Matthew King. Chloe Elizabeth Jane. Addison Paige Brandberry. Abigail Renee Ojeda. Genevieve Lillian Wilcox.
Azaria.
Azaria Joy Lewis Brown. Treasure J. Quinn. Connor Blake Shimaleski. Alex Rodriguez. Robert Rayburn Kennedy. Jasavion Julius Westbrook. Jaden Shondell Johnson. Jeremiah Jamarian LaFountain. Peyton Jack Leo Keckler.
You didn't find your card, Keontae Burns.
Keontae Burns. Nolan Chase Devine. Ashlyn Carol Flores. Dominic Michael Bree Miller. Sebastian Ernest Cole. Antonio Demetrius Williams. Omar Abdullah Journey.
Come on, let's give it up for our graduates one more time. So amazing. We have a special tradition in our ceremony. Before we close the ceremony, there's one more thing we have to do. There are people in this room that aren't wearing caps and gowns, but arguably could be. These individuals sat with you graduates as you did your homework. They made you breakfast and dinner and lunch. They drove you to your appointments and your tutoring sessions and everywhere you needed to go. They prayed a lot of prayers and supported you along the way. They believed in you, maybe when you even forgot to believe in yourself. They sacrificed. They showed up. They didn't do it once. They did it again and again and again. And on behalf of South Central Michigan Virtual and Jackson Public Schools and every single one of these graduates, we want to say thank you to each and every one of you, parents and guardians and supportive people. And without you, our graduates would not be here. Graduates, here's our special time in our ceremony. All of these great people that have been in your corner your whole journey. I want you to now grab the flower that you have in your hand as the orchestra prepares to play. This is the tradition we have in our ceremony where we take just a couple minutes to find our supportive people and we give them a rose. And in this rose although we could give you so much more, but it's a gesture to say thank you for all the support. So graduates, would you rise now? And just as rehearsed, find your supportive person. Give them a quick hug. Tell them thank you. Make a quick memory, and then come right back to your seat. Graduates, as we make our way back to our seat, as our graduates are making their way back to their seats, again, they would not be here if it weren't for your support, your love, your dedication. Thank you to every grandparent and parent and guardian, family, friend, neighbor. You're the reason why our graduates are here celebrating today. Let's give it up again for our supportive people, please. Well, graduates, seniors, this right here is kind of a fraternity, a sisterhood, a brotherhood that I want to welcome you into. It's the Jackson Public Schools alumni. You should know that it's made up of the very fabric of this city. There are leaders and educators and entrepreneurs and parents and public servants and artists and pastors and everyday people who make Jackson Jackson. And we want to welcome you with open arms, and we're proud to claim you as now as one of us. But before we send you off into the world, one final piece of finished business. Graduates, if you will grab hold of your tassel. The tassel, often called the tuft, is a symbol of achievement and your rite of passage. It's been hanging on your right side of your cap to signify that you've earned the right to graduate. In just a moment, we're going to move it from the right to the left to mark this transition from one chapter of learning to the next, and to confirm that before all of these witnesses, your status of graduation from South Central Michigan virtual. So, just like you're sitting here together, we're going to move our tassels together. Here we go. On 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and move that tassel. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with profound pleasure that I want to present to you for the very first time the graduating class of 2026 of South Central Michigan Virtual. Would you please give them a hand clap? Graduates, would you please rise? Congratulations. We can now start our recessional. Come on, give it up again for our graduates. Yes. And as they are exiting, we want to thank our so gifted young people and by the leadership of Kelly Spleer, our orchestra. Please give them a hand clap as well. Thank you for being here today. Again, congratulations, class of 2026, South Central Michigan Virtual.